Hello and welcome back, my friends. It is I, Jaffa. I've been gone for a while, had some computer problems. One of the cores of my processor died and multi-threading just went away. I could not multitask at all. If I played a game, it was slow, laggy. If I tried to run fraps at the same time, my FPS, frames per second, went to almost nothing, completely unplayable. So I haven't been able to basically make a video for you guys. I've got some examples of the recording. What I did is went through the recording and I ran fraps and the game at the same time, and those games that showed you the FPS in the debug screen, I went ahead and showed it. I'll go ahead and go through each video and you'll see the result. Okay, for the first example, I chose the 1.7.10 world that I had been playing for you guys. If you notice up here, I'm getting between 0 and 7 frames per second. It averaged out to be about 3 to 7. Oh, I got a 9. Impressive. But yeah, completely unplayable. For my next example, I went to the newest update of Minecraft, 1.8.3, vanilla, of course. And the frame rate was actually a little bit better. It's probably because they had to re-optimize with all of the extra new stuff. So I was getting a little bit better frame rate, but still the highest I got was 12. It's really not playable being like that. I did go through, and you can see I'm in creative, but I went and found a water temple, and well, as you can see here, I still have that huge amounts of lag, but I went through the water temple, and every time there was more than 2 or 3 guardians on the screen, without fraps I could barely play. With fraps, I think I was getting 2 or 3 frames per second. My next example is Factorio. I love this little game since I found it. In this, I'm getting, it says 17 frames per second, but any of you who played this know that it should normally run at 60. So yeah, it's playable, but it doesn't make for very good video content. Next, I went back to Kerbal Space Program. As those of you who've been around a while know that I actually had to stop playing this game because of the conflict between the game and fraps. I was playing it, and then they did an update, and between fraps and that update I could not run this at all. That was probably a year or 2 ago. Well, not 2, maybe about a year ago, and they've done a lot of updates since then. I actually cannot conceivably play this game on the system without fraps. What you're watching here is real time. It takes a long time for me to move the mouse. I can click on something and nothing happens, and then 15, 20 seconds later, it will finally happen. So yeah, not playable. Okay, so next I went back to an old favorite. This is Floating Point. It's the first game that I featured on my channel. It's the one that I use the most for my Grindy Soapbox series, where I preach about different things that irritate the crap out of me. This one is playable. I can't remember what fraps said I was running. I think it was between 20 and 23. Jittery, yes. Sound slightly off, but I can still play this with fraps. So if I was to turn this channel into kind of a podcast thing or completely Grindy Soapbox, yes, I could actually make video content. However, I don't want to do that to you guys. Okay, armed with this information, what does it mean? It means I'm replacing my computer. The order's been placed, the parts should be in 2 weeks-ish. I'll be able to start creating video content shortly after. I am leaving Windows 8.1 in favor for Windows 7. Windows 7 64-bit. It's basically because Windows 8.1 uses a lot more processor than Windows 7, and I personally think that could have contributed to the processor burnout. I think I was just overloading it, trying to run games, fraps, all the Windows crap that runs in the background. So yeah, I blame the processor on that. Could have just simply been that I'm an idiot. I don't know. Anyway, the channel will continue is what I'm trying to say here. The parts have been ordered. I'll have a gaming system that I will actually be able to use. I'm going to drop the 1.7.10 world and just go to 1.8.3, the most up to date. I do this for a couple of reasons. With Minecraft, after a while, you start losing interest in the world. You have to have a project here, project there, and it seems that each project gets bigger and bigger. And after a while, that just gets tiring. And so what I do when it comes to that is I will destroy my old world. Well, I keep it, but I leave my old world, create a new one, and see how it goes from there. Each time that I play a new world, it's a new experience. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that experience. I'm looking forward to playing with those Guardians with more than 3 frames per second. Also, the bunny rabbits, I haven't had them. The mutton, that's going to make the survival right at the beginning so much easier, because in 1.7 Minecraft you have beef, chicken, and pork, which I don't eat pork. My character does not eat pork unless he's starving to death. Also the rotten flesh, he does not eat it unless he's starving to death. So having rabbit, mutton, well, not so much rabbit, because I'm not going to be eating that either, but having the mutton, those are usually the first animals that I find. Helps me to sleep through the night, and now I can get food. Anyway, back to the channel. Sorry. I do have a couple other games that I'm interested in. Factorio that I showed you, I absolutely love this game. It speaks to my OCD. I've probably played 7-8 worlds on it already, just trying out different things. And then there's Space Engineers. I don't know if you can see a theme here. I like the creative building type games. Anyway, the new system should be able to run Space Engineers without any problem. I should be able to run Frats and Space Engineers, or OBS, which is an interesting story. When I tried to run OBS on this system, it was so processor intensive it wouldn't even run. I had an OBS expert look at it and they couldn't figure it out. I finally went out on the forums and found where one technician talked about the processor wasn't powerful enough, and he named off the exact symptoms that I was having. So anyway, back to the channel. I do plan on doing Kerbal Space Engineers creative mode. The career mode is a little more intensive than I want to get into. I am still a college student, so I'm not going to be able to put in a whole lot of thought and brain power to these games, especially if I'm playing 4 different games. This YouTube is not my career at the moment, so I can only dedicate a certain amount of my day to it, and, well, technically a certain amount of my week to it. And if this computer, how long it takes to render, is anything like the new computer, I'm only going to be able to do 1 or maybe 2 videos a week, which if I'm playing 4 games, that kind of sucks, because you'd be getting an episode every other week for each series, and that's at best probably 1 video a month, and that's really no way to build the channel. Anyway, those are the logistic things that I'm trying to work out in the background. Hopefully what you guys will see is this video go up. By the time that most of you actually watch this video, I'm hoping to have the computer parts in. My next video will be on the new computer. I'm tired of limping along, not being able to make actual content, having my Minecraft face on your screen while I just sit here and jabber, or I think I chose chatter for this intro. Yeah, I just don't want to do it. I want to actually make good video content for you guys, and now it just seems that I'm blathering rather than chatting. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It is great to be able to record again, even if it is just a picture on your screen and me talking into the mic. It really is good to record again. It is great to have a ray of hope at the end of the tunnel that I'll be back here soon. So for now, my friends, I say welcome back, and as always, may peace find you well.